Hey everyone, and welcome. So, we need to talk. Because on one single day, the worlds of crypto and traditional banking smashed into each other in a way that changes, well, pretty much everything. We're about to unpack three massive moves that all went down at once, and what they really signal for the future of finance.
I just love this analogy because it's the perfect way to think about what happened. It really felt like you were watching three completely different movies, three separate heists. But as we're about to find out, they were all part of the same incredible master plan, whether the players knew it or not.
So here's the plan. We're going to break down these three stories, one by one. We've got a brand new crypto bank, a federal ID card, and a very, very public breakup. By the time we're done here, you'll see the one powerful signal they were all sending.
All right, first up, case file number 1, SoFi. Yeah, the company a lot of us know for student loans just made a move that basically makes them a cornerstone of the whole digital asset world. They launched something called SoFi Big Business Banking. Now, here's why this is such a game changer. For the very first time, companies can hold both their regular US dollars and their digital assets inside a single nationally chartered bank. It's a 24/7 seamless bridge connecting two worlds that until now have been kept very far apart.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. I mean, before this, if you were a crypto-native company, you had this crazy, clunky system. You needed one bank for your cash, another company for your stablecoins, and probably a third for custody. It was messy, it was slow. SoFi just swoops in and collapses all of that into one simple, regulated, and super fast platform. And get this, they're not going it alone. Just look at this list of partners they brought in right from the get-go. You've got some of the absolute biggest names in crypto trading and infrastructure. And then, boom, MasterCard. This tells you it's not some small-time experiment. This is the big leagues.
Okay, but this is the real killer app. SoFi USD. This is the very first stablecoin issued by a national bank on a public blockchain. But the key is how it's backed. It's not just sitting in some regular bank account. No. It's backed one for one by reserves in SoFi's actual account with the Federal Reserve. You can't get more secure than that. That's not just a moat, my friends. That is a fortress. And just so you understand, we're not talking about some startup here. SoFi raked in $3.6 billion in revenue last year. That's up 35%, which is just incredible momentum. They are an absolute powerhouse, and now they're pointing all that firepower straight at crypto banking for businesses.
Okay, so that's piece number 1. Now let's pivot to case file number 2, because at the exact same time all this was happening with SoFi, Coinbase was getting its own major upgrade.
So, Coinbase got the nod, the official green light from a huge federal regulator, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC. This means they can now operate as a national trust company. What's the big deal? Well, it's way better than their old system of needing a license in basically every single state. It's a massive simplification.
So what does being a qualified custodian actually get you? Think of it exactly like Fort Knox, but for crypto. It's the SEC stamped seal of approval that tells huge institutions, yes, you can safely park your billions of dollars in digital assets right here. This is the key that unlocks that serious, big-time institutional money.
And you know, Coinbase wasn't alone here, not by a long shot. This timeline shows it was an absolute mad dash. All these huge names, Circle, Ripple, Paxos, they all piled in within this tiny 83-day window. The real takeaway? The industry itself is building this federally regulated future at lightning speed way faster than the folks in Washington can keep up. All right, stick with me now for our third and final piece of the puzzle. At first glance, this one's going to feel like it came completely out of left field. It has nothing to do with crypto, or so it seems. We're talking Amazon, American Express, and a massive credit card deal.
So first things first, let's talk about the prize here. We're talking about $35 billion a year in sales. That's what the Amazon business platform drives. So yeah, getting to be the credit card for that is one of the biggest wins you can get in the entire financial world.
For years, American Express held that prize. But on this same day, April 2nd, that all came to a shocking end. Just like that, Amex was out. And who swooped in to take their place? In a move that honestly caught a lot of people off guard, it was US Bank. Yep, a classic traditional legacy bank just pulled off an incredible win.
So here's the new setup. The cards are from US Bank, and look who's back. The network is MasterCard. That name keeps popping up, doesn't it?
This is a monster win for U.S. Bank. They get instant access to almost 2 million small businesses. For Amex, it's a huge, huge loss.
Okay, so there you have it. The three heists. SoFi builds a brand new bank for crypto, Coinbase gets its federal ID, and US Bank snags a huge tech client right from under Amex's nose. Now, let's connect the dots. This is where it all comes together. This is the great convergence.
This is it. This is the big signal, the single most important thing to take away from that day. You know that wall that's always existed between the crypto world and the traditional, regulated banking world? Well, it's not just cracked, it has been demolished.
So here's the master plan, how it all came together. Step 1. You've got the new bank. SoFi builds the crypto-native bank that businesses have been crying out for. Step 2. You get the federal guardian. Coinbase becomes that regulated Fort Knox that big money needs. And then, Step 3. The legacy player. US Bank shows that an old-school bank can absolutely compete and win a massive tech client. See, it shows the old guard is still in the game. You put those three pieces together, and you have a totally new financial landscape.
And that leaves us with this one giant question to chew on. We just watched a crypto-native bank get born, a crypto custodian get a federal charter, and a legacy bank play ball with the biggest tech companies on the planet. So if that wall is really, truly gone, what does the word banking even mean anymore? That's the new world we're all living in now.